How close are you to that, being undefeated and unblemished with some big fights out there for you to get?
I can't really say right now because I'm still in the mix. Like I said, but hopefully when it's all said and done, I'll be one of them top great fight.
I mean, Floyd was good. He was top tier. I mean, me, I feel as though I could compete with any top fighter.
But people got to realize I'm still retired, officially retired. But I didn't retire from entertaining people, and I didn't retire from making money.
On appearance on StephenASmith's show, Gervonta Davis expressed confidence that he would defeat Floyd Mayweather in a head-to-head matchup. Tank also shared that his ultimate ambition is to rank among boxing's all-time greats while remaining at the highest level of the sport.
I feel as though my skills, and not to take nothing from Floyd, but I feel like my skills can compete with anybody that ever laced up a boxing glove.
Stephen A. Smith described Gervonta Davis as one of the sport's premier boxers, emphasizing the unique abilities that set him apart from other fighters. He praised Tank's movement, ring awareness, precise timing, and his talent for dictating the rhythm of a bout. In Smith's view, those strengths are often overlooked and deserve much greater recognition. He believes Davis has firmly established himself among boxing's biggest names and has earned far more respect for the level of skill he consistently displays.
30-0, 28 knockouts, clearly one of the top 5 fighters on the planet, if not number 1 in a lot of people's eyes.
The situation intensified after Gervonta Davis wrote on his burner account, "G-Money, I'll fight Floyd too. Tell him to put the gloves on." The post immediately attracted widespread attention and sparked talk that Tank was genuinely interested in stepping into the ring against his former mentor. Meanwhile, Floyd Mayweather reacted in a composed manner to Davis's challenge, calling the scenario a win for him regardless of the outcome. He said that despite retiring from professional competition, exhibition fights still allow him to entertain fans while bringing in substantial earnings. Floyd added that his legacy has already been established, and a showdown with Davis would draw enormous interest because of their shared past and the anticipation such a matchup would create.
Situation. If I go out, I talked about this numerous times. If I knock him out in the first round, they're gonna say it was a waste of our money. If I carry him, let him go a few rounds, they're gonna say, "Oh, Floyd Mayweather couldn't knock this guy out." But people got to realize, I'm still retired, officially retired. But I didn't retire from.
I may have stepped away from professional boxing, but I never stopped putting on a show for the fans, and I certainly haven't stopped making money. Gervonta Davis has made it clear that he fully believes in his own talent by openly challenging Floyd Mayweather. Tank feels he is performing at the peak of his career and is prepared to test himself against any opponent. That confidence has been built through years of dominant displays and knockout wins over high-level competition. In his view, he belongs among boxing's elite and doesn't believe any matchup is out of his reach.
For skill, none of these guys can mess with me. Like, nobody. Like, I feel like my skills is way better than like Floyd. Like, if I'm on my game.
Gervonta Davis is convinced that no fighter currently stands above him. He believes he has what it takes to beat Floyd Mayweather because he knows Floyd's style, defensive habits, and ring approach better than almost anyone else. After spending years learning alongside him, Tank feels that experience would provide a significant edge if they ever met inside the ring.
Fighting right now have more skills than me. Nobody. Like, talking about top to bottom list of fighters that's fighting on TV.
So what that got to do with you being, I guess, embarrassing? Like, because again, we seen you make posts on a story like the fight not happening. Like,
every time Gervonta Davis enters the ring, the boxing community takes notice because his bouts regularly attract massive attention and deliver strong pay-per-view success. Tank has established himself as one of the sport's biggest draws through his devastating punching power, entertaining style, and undeniable star presence. Fans tune in knowing there's always a real possibility of witnessing a spectacular knockout, which keeps anticipation incredibly high. A fight against Floyd Mayweather would elevate that level of excitement even further.
You get hate. Gervonta Davis, the face of boxing for millions of people. He is boxing. When I talk to a lot of people, not the boxing people that I call them generals with no armies, because there's a lot of people in boxing that talk like they have an army behind them, but they don't have a following in any of it. Gervonta Tank Davis today called called out Floyd Mayweather, and I'll share with you the call out. And even if he called it out from his burner account, it still goes viral. It still ends up on World Star Hip Hop. It still ends up on all the sites, and it makes major news. Tank is not one to be screaming all day. He's not one to post all day on social media. So when he does post, people do listen and people gravitate towards him. When you're a real superstar, and I've been in Tank in different places, from malls in England to different businesses in Vegas. Here's the call out to Floyd. I'll get back to the popularity in a second. But Gervonta Tank Davis, one of the best, if not the best pound-for-pound fighter on the planet, says, I'll take Floyd too. Tell him to suit it up. Now, any fight you have Gervonta Tank Davis involved in is already a record-breaking fight.
Their past as mentor and protege gives this matchup a deeply personal angle that extends well beyond the sport itself. After years of working side by side, their relationship eventually unraveled through public disputes and recent verbal challenges, creating real friction between them. That history would add even greater intensity to every press conference, stare-down, and fight week appearance. If the bout were ever officially announced, it would likely become one of boxing's biggest events, with fans eager to find out whether Tank could finally defeat the man who once helped shape his career.
Manny Pacquiao, Ryan Garcia, to the mix, you know that event will just be out of this world. Gervonta already fought Ryan. There was talks of Tank and Manny Pacquiao many times over the years. Never happened, but never say never. And Tank has called out Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather, there's talks of him fighting Mike Tyson. I'm sure that's going to do good. There's talks of him fighting Manny Pacquiao, waiting for more official announcement. And Floyd had an exhibition to go to in Greece. It got canceled, but I think a judge now cleared him to fight. And usually judges allow you to go make money. So that may be back on soon. We'll keep you guys posted. But here's Floyd Mayweather in London, moving around with Tank in the ring. This is before Tank became the mega superstar that he is today. And he still sold out the arena. He still was mobbed on the streets. And I have videos of people just seeing him and going like they couldn't in disbelief that Gervonta Tank Davis is in London. And his following is real.
Floyd Mayweather emphasized that trust and loyalty are values he takes very seriously. He said that when someone deceives him or breaks his confidence, he chooses to remove that person from his life. In Floyd's view, there is no reason to keep people around if they cannot be honest, since every relationship depends on trust. Once that bond has been damaged, he would rather walk away than continue offering additional opportunities. His remarks show that he places honesty and mutual respect above all else and has no hesitation in ending relationships, regardless of a person's reputation or the history they share.
But happen to be a con artist and a scammer, and four things. If you these four things, I want you to get the away from me. If you a liar, a thief, a rat, and a snake, then I definitely got to disconnect myself from you.
Former welterweight champion Shawn Porter offered his perspective on the increasing conflict between Floyd Mayweather and Gervonta Davis. He said it was disappointing to watch their differences unfold publicly, considering everything both fighters have contributed to the sport. Rather than discussing their achievements, much of the attention has shifted to the issues between them. Porter feels the continuing dispute distracts from the remarkable careers they built inside the ring. In his opinion, their relationship should never have deteriorated to this stage because it hurts the public image of both men and takes focus away from the legacy they earned through years of dedication.
Years of hard work.
That's why they doing that. But why didn't you show up to the fight? It's public knowledge that Tank and Mayweather have had issues. It's public knowledge that they're not in the contract anymore. And it's public knowledge that Tank has moved on and is trying to, for the sake of words, separate himself from the umbrella of being under Mayweather. But Mayweather was there.
Wandering around. I don't know what he was doing.
Yeah, he was running around, and I tried to say what's up. But Mayweather was there. Why wasn't... No. It wasn't because you wasn't trying to take away from a moment. It was because you weren't sure what that moment was going to look like at the end.
What about Joe Goosen?
What about Joe?
He wasn't there.
What you mean? What? Oh, you mean like in the post-fight press conference?
Yeah. It was his dad, his manager.
So, but they were at the fight.
Yeah, and yes.
I misunderstood.
Shane Mosley likened the relationship between Floyd Mayweather and Gervonta Davis to the bond he shares with his own son. He said that as young fighters grow, they eventually need the freedom to establish their own identity instead of always being connected to someone else's reputation. In Mosley's opinion, Floyd remained so involved with Tank that it made it harder for Davis to receive complete credit for what he achieved on his own. Although Mayweather played a major role in launching his career, Mosley believes every mentor should eventually step aside and give the next generation the chance to build its own legacy without remaining in another person's shadow.
Floyd and Tank beefing online.
I seen a little bit. Yeah, you know, I like both guys. So it's like, I know Gervonta has his issues with Floyd, and Floyd has a big ego where he wants to be the man on top, and Gervonta trying to get on top, but it seemed like he has to get from under Floyd because Floyd's a big man. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of hard. It's kind of it kind of reminds me of me and my son. Like I kind of like got myself away and let him do his own thing and let him have his own glory, his own his own glory, his own life. You know what I'm saying? So me being there all the time will shadow over all this stuff. Sometimes. Not intentionally. I'm not doing it intentionally. I'm not trying to be like, I don't care about the Eagles. I want him to be the best. But me being too close to him all the time takes away a little bit of his shadow, a little bit of his shine. So I need to be, I'm still going to tell him everything he needs to know. I'll get in the ring with him, spar with him, do all kinds of stuff. But he has his own coach, he has his own manager, he has his own team, he has his own family, he has his own, his own stuff.
Gervonta Davis's recent call-out became the turning point that brought his long-standing issues with Floyd Mayweather into full public view. Talk of tension between the former mentor and his protege had circulated for a while, but Tank's direct challenge took the situation to another level. His decision to publicly call out Floyd quickly became one of the biggest stories in boxing. Fans and media immediately began discussing whether the conflict had grown personal enough to eventually produce a fight. What had once been quiet speculation soon developed into a major topic of conversation throughout the boxing community.
When Floyd left Bob Arum, it's good for them to do it and become their own boss. And then if another guy does it, it's not good for the sport. He's disloyal. And what's wrong with Tank saying he want to be his own boss? And honestly, I've been there. The relationship between them two is very toxic. It's a toxic relationship. It's up and down and up and down. And I'm not going to elaborate to everything that I know, but it's a very toxic relationship. And that's why when I tweet stuff, I don't tweet often, but when I tweet, I may fire off 50 tweets in the day. And that's why when I tweeted certain things about the relationship, Tank retweeted it because he knows. Like, I'm not just going to say what it is. It's a very toxic relationship. It's back and forth. And I think it will serve him best to go and be his.
Another factor contributing to the widening rift seems to be Gervonta Davis's frustration with Floyd Mayweather's self-confidence and public persona. Throughout his career, Floyd has consistently referred to himself as the greatest and frequently stated that no one surpasses him. While many fans see that mindset as a key part of his image, Tank appeared to become increasingly frustrated with hearing those declarations over and over again.
Mayweather set you up against Pedraza. Did he really think Pedraza was going to beat you?
Later. He didn't know how good I was and how I would like handle the situation, so he just threw me out there.
Why do you think
he was hurt? He was hurt. I mean, not even hurt. He was just bad. First of all, Floyd don't never want to see no one like a fighter do better than them. How the f would you say Terrence Crawford should fight? He's gonna be there. That don't make no f***ing sense. He don't never want to see nobody be better than him. I'm telling you.
As the relationship continued to deteriorate, Gervonta Davis became increasingly outspoken and even publicly referred to Floyd as a scumbag during one of his remarks. Those statements made it clear that their issues had gone far beyond simple business disagreements and had turned into a deeply personal dispute. Whether this rivalry ever results in a fight or not, the connection between Floyd Mayweather and Gervonta Davis has undeniably shifted from that of mentor and student to two boxing stars standing on opposite sides.
Nails, brother? Yes.
And last question, guys.
Is there like a love-hate for Floyd? Like, love the fighter?
Yeah, I love the fighter. Like, I ain't gonna lie, if he was like chill, like he'll be the smoothest. But he's not. You know what I mean? He's a great fighter. And my bad.
Oh, you're good, man.
And he
Southfield is.
Cause I don't want to say like he's just a scumbag, but it's like he's a great fighter, and sometimes he can be good, but it's like it's always I'm this, I'm that.
Thank you very much. I'll see you at 5:30.
It just I don't know.
Meanwhile, Floyd Mayweather tried to minimize the situation following Gervonta Davis's departure from Mayweather Promotions. Instead of reacting with hostility, Floyd suggested that Tank's social media posts reflected the mindset of a young fighter who was still gaining experience. He indicated that younger people often act on emotion and sometimes make statements they later wish they hadn't. While defending his own perspective, Floyd also avoided adding more fuel to the disagreement. His response reflected both disappointment and understanding, acknowledging Davis's criticism while emphasizing that maturity develops over time. Rather than intensifying the feud, Floyd positioned himself as the more seasoned figure and implied that he understood the reasons behind Tank's reaction. Even so, his comments also made it clear that the separation had taken a toll on their relationship, despite his efforts to keep the situation from growing even further.
Tank vents out on social media. He's been through a lot, throughout his life. But I take my hat off to him. I'm proud of him. Saturday night we had a game plan. And a lot of times when he says certain things on social media, I say, he's to me, he's still a kid. And when I was that age, I probably would have did the same thing. I didn't have a Floyd Mayweather to stand behind me and tell me, about what's right and what's wrong.
According to Gervonta Davis, the most significant turning point in his career came when he chose to separate from Mayweather Promotions. Tank wanted greater control over the direction of his professional journey and believed the time had come to move forward on his own while continuing to strengthen the legacy he hopes to leave behind.
He was like, I gotta do that. A lot of people don't know that what Floyd do. A lot of people don't know what Floyd. Everything that Floyd said right there, the Chrome Heart bed, the Maybach, the Lloyd, that was all in my post.
You posted that. You posted that. Oh wow.
Bernard Hopkins gave his perspective on Gervonta Davis's years with Mayweather Promotions, saying that Tank was never able to completely showcase who he was as a fighter. Hopkins believed Davis possessed the ability to develop into one of boxing's biggest names but needed more freedom to guide his own career. During that same period, Tank publicly claimed that Floyd Mayweather was attempting to influence not only his decisions inside the ring, but also other aspects of his professional life. Davis felt it was time to gain greater independence and believed he was fully prepared to make important career decisions without relying on constant guidance.
Tank on saying, hey, this is my career. You had yours. I respect you from buying me a chain, buying me this, buying me that, take me on a jet. All that's great. But at the end of the day, I'm only going by his interview. You seen it and I seen it. Thank you, Floyd Mayweather, for all the things you gave me. If the intentions was you just looking out for me. But I got an opportunity to fight this big fight. And this soap opera between you and Oscar for all these years, I'm not going to let it me. That's my interpretation. And Tank wants to do the fight, but he had to break away from the chains of somebody he still respects and respected then.
Gervonta Davis has never tried to hide that his relationship with Floyd Mayweather has experienced both strong moments and difficult ones. As time passed, their differences became increasingly public and eventually extended beyond the sport itself. One of Tank's most serious claims was that Floyd was not fair when it came to how fighters were paid during their time working together. Davis suggested that financial matters within the business became a major point of frustration and insisted he was not the only boxer who shared those concerns. According to Tank, several other fighters experienced similar issues while signed with Mayweather Promotions. Those statements generated widespread attention because the discussion shifted from personal conflict to questions about business practices. Although Floyd has firmly defended his reputation and denied the accusations, Davis's comments have continued to draw interest from both fans and the media. As a result, the strain between the former mentor and his most recognizable fighter has only intensified. What once looked like a successful partnership has evolved into one of boxing's most widely discussed rivalries, with both men continuing to stand by their own accounts of what happened.
I mean, y'all.
No, it was a
relationship.
It wasn't a downfall of my career. I mean, our relationship, because it was more things that he was doing like
He scheduled a fight, I think, during like your fight or something. I don't think they did it, but
stuff like that.
promoting.
Yeah, stuff like that. Like, you know?
Yeah.
But just little stuff that people wouldn't like catch unless like you see how like you caught a lot of people wouldn't catch would have caught that. Like he scheduled a fight when I'm fighting and I was signed to him.
Do you think that's a relationship that y'all could like mend? Have y'all mended or?
Nah, it just like it's more so like I respect them and I won't say I respect.
Gervonta Davis's rise to boxing superstardom was anything but simple. Growing up in Baltimore, he encountered numerous hardships early in life and had to fight through countless challenges on his journey to the top. Rather than allowing those struggles to shape his future, Tank devoted himself to boxing and gradually emerged as one of the sport's most thrilling competitors. His relentless work ethic, unwavering discipline, and explosive performances propelled him through the ranks and earned him international recognition. Every milestone in his career represents years of dedication and sacrifice, making his journey a powerful example of perseverance and the success that can come from refusing to give up.
So how's your relationship with Floyd now? Is he still a part of your camp and crew or something, or not?
Floyd, I was doing him. He always been like that. You know what I mean? So I gotta focus on what I'm focused on. He already did what he had to do, bro.
For sure.
I ain't gonna lie. Me, if I did what I like what he did in the sport.
That wraps up today's video. Thanks for watching, and be sure to join us again for the next one.